Sure. So uh, this is what I had probably the last week or the week before that. I think last week, yeah. So I expected a drop from this rising wedge to the support level, and it did happen. But it did sweep the highs here. These highs was swept here, and then we proceeded to come back down here. This was the setup that I would provide. But yeah, I think everything is working out fine right now. Like I think this is gonna happen again. We could probably retest the 50 and then go, or we could just go from here. And I'm looking at these levels here. Uh, Basically the highs. That's all. Nothing fancy,
So
right?
basically,
And
just a rebound from support you're looking at from the 50
one fifty,
retracement
one
level.
forty eight.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, cool.
Uh,
Anything from an on-chain perspective?
yeah, this is really interesting, right? So this is very similar to what was seen in the last week, right? The support and the resistance levels, the immediate support resistance levels are kind of the same, which can be seen here, right? So yeah, this is the support that we see here, which is
On the
approximately
IMA?
1.46 billion ADA. So in terms of the amount of ADA that these holders have, it's almost the same, but the addresses vary quite a bit. So there's approximately 110,000 addresses here and only 87,000 addresses. But going from a volume perspective, like in the price range perspective, this is the price range of support and this is the resistance.
So we could actually have basically more consolidation until one of these, areas of interest actually, breaks.
Yeah, so something like this, right? A very slow strut to the upside. That's what I'm looking at,
Okay.
right? And then we have this sorry, this particular the cluster of underwater investors, which range from here to here, right? So basically somewhere a little below the all-time high.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the upside is going to be really tough for Cardano if the market continues to consolidate like this. I see more of downside. And also, Sheldon, I wrote an article that is completely opposite to what you wrote in terms of Cardano, the three reasons why. So I'm expecting it to go down, and the reason for that is the holders, the concentration of holders, right? So 72% of all the circuiting supply is held by retail, right? We have retail. Only 3%, which is, oh, sorry, 1.4% is held by whales right now. And this is a really concerning sign for me because, like, from my perspective, right, retail kind of tend to panic sell a lot. So if we ever come to that, if we ever see Bitcoin going down below 30K, right, we could see a lot of retail offload their holdings, right? If that happens, uh, I think it's gonna cascade Cardano, right? And this can be visualized here. Over the past year, the blue strip represents people, investors holding Cardano for more than a year, right? It's dropped from approximately 52% to just 9%,
Wow. Wow.
which is a really drastic shift in the holdings from long-term holders, which is kind of uh, a bullish perspective, a bullish sign to basically the investors, the whales don't want to hold right now.
Yeah, it seems like they have been taking a lot of profits throughout this run
Exactly.
up. Mm-hmm.
Ever since they hit $2, right? So I believe if Bitcoin ever like sells off again, like we did in the May 19th or May 23, there's gonna be blood.
Okay. There's gonna be blood for Cardano. What do you see, Sheldon? Maybe you wanna share your screen?
Sure, okay. For me, really, it's the longer term chart for me. And this is a monthly chart. It's all about the January 2018 high. We had three failed attempts to get above there. We finally got above. We get a monthly close below there again. I guess there'll be blood or something. No, I don't know if there'll be blood, but it's not going to be a positive development. So any weakness at this point, 139, I believe is well, about 140. Let's say 139, 140 is going to be key support again. I mean, obviously we can undercut it like we did here on the 19th and 23rd, but you'll see the daily close was back above. The daily close was pretty close. So the daily closes were on or above all along here. So you can see the importance of the level. And we're getting close to it today. At the low, we were getting close to it again. So really that's, for me, that's fundamental. And this on the
Basically
shorter term,
fundamental to hold above that the basically the 2018
yeah.
high, right, or something like that.
Yeah, and use daily or weekly closes as your for positioning. I mean, like we saw here in on May 19th and 23rd, you had that pull all the way back above and close above, and this came pretty close. And then these other days also closed above. So after shaking down below,
Okay.
that's the price personality right now. Until that changes, that's what you got to go with.
Okay, okay, interesting. Yeah, let me share my screen real quick because yeah, I mean, what we were talking about earlier, triangles everywhere. I was also looking at a potential triangle for Cardano. I believe it was an ascending triangle. Let me check. So yeah, for ADA, basically, I was looking at this ascending triangle right here. Then we have a break, right? But there is a lot of support right now at 148, right? I mean, if you throw it back to, man, my computer is a little bit low, but yeah, if you throw it back a little bit, right? You can see how the 148 level acted as resistance right here in kind of like the end of February, beginning of March. Then you have it acting as resistance again in mid March, right? Then you have it acting as resistance once again mid April, right? And then it basically became support, right? Throughout the run in May. We're kind of like having a test right now of that key level of support, right? Which if we finally break or we close on the 4-hour chart, I believe we have a 4-hour candlestick close below 148.5, then we'll potentially have a retest of 126. If this support level is able to hold, we'll probably have a retest of kind of like this descending trend line that we have over here, right? Until we actually come up above 174, or yeah, 175 to be precise. I would expect this thing to continue just going lower and meet the target of this potential ascending triangle right here, which sits at basically $1. But right now, I am seeing that 148 is acting as really a strong support. Another thing that I was seeing, right, is that during this downswing, the trading volume or the on-chain volume rose like crazy, which this type of divergence between volume and prices is quite bullish. So even though the charts ain't looking pretty right now, um, if this 148.5 support level actually holds, then I'll be looking at a retest of 160, but a close of 175 will get me bullish on Cardano. But yeah, that's pretty much it what I'm actually seeing. But let's quickly move to